we're all grown. Y'all, we know you are nieces and cousins, and all the times that y'all done been over here partying in my brother's basement.
Not once have we disrespected.
Not one have we disrespected none of y'all. Y'all been. We got videos to prove it. Pictures, videos. I can show you videos. We got so much documentaries of this family. It's ridiculous, and we never disrespected anybody here. You know. So for you to do what you're doing, coming and disrespecting my sister like that, and then disrespecting my brother, where is this coming from? Where is this hatred? Where is this hatred coming from?
Exactly. And that's
I don't understand it.
Hatred, because that's what it is. It's a deep hatred that I don't even understand.
I don't understand where that hatred is coming from, because we've always been a close family. When Grandpa was alive, nobody was acting like this. Nobody was conducting themselves in this kind of manner. Now that Grandpa's gone and Grandpa moved away, it's like this family is falling apart. Everybody is losing it. And it's like me and my brother here is the only one that's looking and seeing what's exactly happening.
And trying to keep it together.
Trying to keep everybody close and everything. But you know, it takes both sides. Everybody has to come together.
Right.
You know, everybody has to come together on both sides and stop all this crazy mess, man. Come on. Look at all the good times that we have had together. Let's try to get back to that.
Right.
You know, and stop worrying about what everybody's doing. Stop worrying about other people's lives. You know, let people be. You know what I'm saying? But we're all family. We should learn how to love each other, man, and stop creating things. Stop creating things that doesn't make no sense. Because when you create things like that, it doesn't make sense. That just lets people know where your heart is.
You want to know offensive? If we were to sit back and read the stuff that you typed to my sister and put it and read it and say it on Facebook, that would be offensive. All this stuff that you said, that's offensive to
right,
Facebook.
Because let me tell you, all that stuff.
Millions of people saw that, not just you.
All that stuff you typed to my sister, you might have deleted it and thought you deleted it. I be looking at it right here. You can't delete it. You sent it to my sister's main page. I got it all right here, a whole list of everything you said, every word, every cussing word, every last thing you said is right here in this darn text message right here. I can't believe your conduct is like that. You can actually call my sister and cuss her out like that and say these evil things.
It's sad.
You know, you need to examine your heart. You know, I looked at one of your messages, Tiffany, on Facebook, and this is what you said. What, you can't call nobody? I don't know who you was talking to, man. I'm not sure who it was talking about, but one of your messages is saying, what, you can't call nobody? How the world can you sit there and say that on Facebook and say you can't call nobody when you won't even call your own grandmother?
And that's all that my message was about. Call.
Look, whoever wasn't calling you at that time, you must didn't feel right when. Why ain't they calling me? Well, how you think Grandbobby feels? You see what I'm saying? You need to search your heart. Search your heart. The same way you felt whoever that wasn't calling you, then how do you think Grandbobby feels when she doesn't hear from you?
And you're her blood.
And you're her blood, right. You know, y'all need to really wake up and think about all these things that you're doing, because it doesn't make sense. You know, we're all family here. We all got to learn how to come together and stop looking at things in a negative way. Me and my brother would never do anything to try to make somebody look bad or whatever. Forget what everybody else is doing. I don't care how many people are on Facebook. I don't care how many friends are on Facebook. Who cares? The thing is, we're family. I don't care who sees that. If I wasn't calling somebody or whatever and they posted it on Facebook, I'm not going to take it as a negative way. I know who I'm calling and who I'm not calling.
Right.
Post it on Facebook. I'm just be like, well, I'll acknowledge it. I'm not going to get mad. I'm not going to get upset and start.
If I haven't done it, I'd be like, wow, that's a wake up call. Let me do
exactly.
That. Let me do that.
You know, and I know I haven't talked to you in a long time, Tiffany, but I don't have your phone number. You know, your phone numbers, y'all change your phone number so fast. I have it for 1 minute, next minute it's gone. You got a new phone, you got a new phone number, but you don't call me to give it to me. But you know, we got too many there's too many grandkids in this family for us to sit down and call everybody on the phone and tell them, just give me a call. I'm not a secretary. I'm not going to be sitting down trying to call everybody to get them to acknowledge to call their grandmother. No, you're on Facebook, and thank God we live in a time where you can be on Facebook, reach out to everybody with just a couple little clicks. I don't have time to be sitting around being a darn secretary and call 72 grandkids to call their grandmother. Man, what do you think I am? I don't want to lose that kind of time out of my day. I know you wouldn't want to do it either. So we use the technology that we have to get these messages across. You know, if something happened, just like right now, I was in a bad car accident. Nobody knows about it. But if I would have posted it on Facebook, I bet everybody would have knew. Mel was in a car accident. He hurt. He messed his neck up.
So that was the whole purpose of the message. It was a message done out of love. There was no hatred behind it. There was no embarrassment behind it to embarrass anyone. It was done out of love just for you to call your grandmother. And now she's done. My grandbaby is getting wind of some of this stuff that's going on here, and I want you grandkids to know this: the ones that are causing this little confliction here and all this little stuff that's going on, she's getting wind of it, and it's breaking her heart. It is breaking her heart. And trust me, I talked to her this morning. She stayed up all night long. Her heart is almost broken over what she heard from her daughter.
Right.
It's sad. It's just sad that message could not have been taken in a positive way for the two who stepped out and said something about it, when you just could have took that message and took it to your heart and said, no, let me call my grandmother. You know, I haven't called her in a while.
Exactly.
That's all the message was for. That's all. It wasn't trying to demand you, to push you around, to belittle you, to try to make you sound like a child. It was just a message to open your eyes and say, oh, wow, I haven't did that. Wow, let me call my grandmother. That, like he said, that's our mom, and we are the voice of our moms. And if you don't like our voice, you might as well get used to it, because this is probably going to be the way we're going to be sending a lot of messages across.
Right.
To everybody, not just to you, to our brothers, to all family members.
And the thing is, you're worrying about your friends too much. You know, you're talking about your friends on Facebook saw that. Look, when it comes down to this family, friends are secondary when it comes to my mom. Friends are secondary when it comes to this family. You know, and if your friends are truly your friends will probably tell you, well, dang, you need to be calling your grandmother. You know, what person, what kind of child lives here in the state and doesn't call their grandmother?
That's the question.
That's the question. I mean, we wasn't raised like that. I would have loved to have my grandmother living here in the same state with us on both sides of the family, my mother's side and my father's side, because there's no, I feel the same about them both.
Right.
I was happy to see mom's parents, and I was happy to see my dad's parents. It was a joyful moment every time.
Every time they came up here, like I said, we loved it. But you live right here with them. My mom has a lot of wisdom that she can share with all of you. Stories of, you know, of all the times back when they were younger, and when, you know, when they were young. It's good to say that when me and mom go over my mom, sometimes we get into conversations like that with our mom. We ask her about the past. We let her tell us some of the things that we don't know. And there's a lot out there you can learn from her by sitting down and having some deep conversations with her. Like I said, don't be afraid. I know sometimes when you call, you may be a little confused on what can I say to her. First start it off with a hi, hello, and I love you, Grandbobby, and take it from there. You'll see that it'll mellow right on out to a nice conversation with your grandmother.
Right, exactly.
You know, so please, you know, like I said again, this message, even this message here, we're putting it out here because of some of the negativity that came from the first message that was put out there just to be an eye-opener, and it was a message of love. Right. The same thing with this message, just like what we're doing now.
Right, and I'm not upset with anybody. But I don't like this kind of stuff when it goes on up in our family.
But I will say this: we are a little worked up from the language that was used against
that
our sister,
heard, yes,
and some of that was used against me. But mostly the ones that was used against my sister, that was totally uncalled for.
Right, now that part I don't like.
And if I was to probably say something,
and even though you said that, Tiffany, I don't hate you. I don't hate you, but I don't like it. You know, I still love you. You're my niece, and you're always gonna be my niece. I'm gonna always love you, but I don't like that kind of contact coming from you, man. I mean, I've seen you, Lil Vernie, and April, all of y'all, and I stayed with y'all, you know, and I saw all of y'all grow up. And this is just really freaking me out that you can actually say that to my sister like that. You know, you need to really search deep inside your soul and try to really figure out what is wrong and where's all that coming from. Because I know we didn't come from no family like that. We didn't.
Like I said, the main thing is, like we said earlier, you need to search your heart. Your heart is not going to lie to you. Just like I said on the message before that, the two of you who have a problem with that message, search in your heart, because the truth is parked right there. You know, you can get on Facebook and say that I'm this and I'm that, but you know, it's lies. Because I know in my heart how I love my nieces and my nephews. I know in my heart how I treated all of you. And I know in my heart if the wrong that I've done to any of you. And in that area, my heart is empty because I have done wrong to not one of my nephews and nieces. And that's the honest to God truth, and I'll swear on a Bible. And that's the truth. Now, what you and whoever else has a problem with those messages or with us, you need to just search in your heart because the truth is lying right there. Maybe buried, but it's there.
Exactly. You know, and one thing, you got to learn how to be your own person. I ain't saying that you're not, but you know, everybody needs to learn how to be their own person and stop listening to other people's crap in this family. You know, because I ain't letting nobody change my feelings or how I feel about my brother and all my brothers.
Right.
You know, I ain't gonna listen to nobody tell me anything bad about my brothers or anything because I don't want to hear it. It ain't gonna change the way I feel about him. Exactly. And I feel the same way about Rick, Vern, Rudy, Lonnie, Derek, my brother that passed away, Larry, Gina, my sister. I feel the same about them all. And ain't nothing ever gonna change that.
Nothing. You know, we were raised very close, and I'm going to say this. I'm not going to let my kids come between me and my brother. There's nothing that any of my children could say to me that's going to make me dislike any of my brothers because I know my brothers have no reason to lie to me. Right. Kids have lies in them. There's not a child in this world who don't lie. And whoever thinks that they don't lie, you ain't never told a lie in life, you're lying by thinking that. Because I lied when I was a kid. But as an adult and as the leader and one of the leaders of this family, there's no lying in us now. We're coming straight at you with the truth. Exactly. And not one of my kids are going to come to me or my brother tells me something, one of them said something or did something, and I'm going to believe him over my brother. Sorry.
And let me tell you
that's
something.
That's never going to happen.
If I did do something negative or something, and they came to my, I'll just admit it. Fuck lying. I'm too old to be fucking lying. Exactly. But the thing is, we shouldn't have to be going there. The thing is, look, we're all family. We all love each other, and you know, stop taking things negative.
Right.
You know, he put that video out there for a reason, and I didn't see nothing wrong with it. I listened to the whole message. There was nothing wrong with that message. He was just, you know, if anything, it should have been a big eye opener for everybody.
Exactly.
You know, even though I call my mother a lot, you know, just by looking at that message, that made me want to go and call my mother even more. Because you just never know when she's going to go, and it's too late after she's gone. Because I just went to a funeral. I went to a funeral about a month back, and it's a close friend of mine. And he said when his father passed away, you know, he didn't call his father that much. He really didn't call his father. And he said after his father passed away, he was hurting so bad. He said he hurt for almost 6 months that he didn't call his dad like he wanted to. And he said, but he always called his mother after that. He called his mother every day before he went to sleep. He said he did that. And he said that on the podium.
Right.
He came up on the podium and said that. After that, he said that was the worst feeling he had in his life because he said he never called his dad as much as he wanted to. And it was too late after they're gone. And he said after that, he called his mother every night. Every night before he went to bed, that was his last phone call he made, was to his mom.
So again, all we're asking is let's get this family back on track for love. And I mean all of you. Even you, Tiffany, anyone who had a problem with the message, let's get this family back together. Like this summer, my mom wants to plan a big gathering out at Belle Isle to celebrate her birthday. She wants out at Belle Isle so everybody can come. It won't be at my house. It's going to be out at Belle Isle. It's going to be somewhere we can all get together as a family, as one unit. And let's hopefully that we all get together and we have all this darkness behind us. It's a darkness that's coming over this family. We need to back it up and wipe it out. This family was based on love. Our dad instilled that in us, and we instilled it in our children. And we're shocked that some of the children that are giving us a little rift here, it's just a little rift, and we can iron that out.